Hello and greetings from Percentilers. My name is Mayank Raj Singh, and with this video, I am going to start the solution series of the questions which appeared in slot 3 of QA. So far, we have done 52 questions uh, of QA that appeared in the previous two slots. I hope you have seen the videos and have learned a lot from them. If you haven't, then please do watch the videos and write in the comment section if you want to suggest something great. All right, so we'll be, like always, we'll be starting with the arithmetic questions first. This is the first video of arithmetic. We plan to complete the arithmetic questions that are 10 in number in 2 or maximum 3 videos. So let us see. Okay, the first question is a theta question. Please read it, give it a try, and then resume the video. Okay, so the question uses the names of the famous trio Tom, Dick, and Harry. I am going to try to form a ratio of the ages of Harry, Dick, and Tom. One for the age of Tom. So Dick is thrice, so Dick's age becomes 3, and Harry is twice as old as Dick. So Harry's age becomes 6 in the ratio. 6 is to 3 is to 1 is the ratio of ages. Now, in the second statement, it says Dick's age is 1 year less than the average age of the three. Now, you see, if I just take these numbers, the average comes out as a fraction because the sum of 6, 3, and 1, that is 10, is not divisible by 3. So, I am going to take the ages as 18, 9, and 3 because by this I can get the average age as an integer. The sole criteria for multiplying the above ratio by 3 was to get the average as an integer. My simple funda is try your best not to deal with fractions or decimals. As far as you can, deal with integers. You will be faster, quicker, and more accurate. Okay, so now we have the required ratio. We can compare anything with anything else. So Dick's age has been compared with average age. So Dick's age and average age. Okay, so it says Dick's age is 1 year less than the average age, which right now also we can see. That means these are actually the ages. Actual ages are also going to be 18 years, 9 years, 3 years, and the average age must be 10 years. See how easy it became just because you didn't have to deal with fractions. So Harry's age, we can clearly see, is 18 years. 18 becomes the answer, and that would be all about our first question of the video. Hope you got it. Moving on to the second one. So a question on compound interest. I'll be doing this question using two methods. The first one is the traditional method using the formula of compound interest. Okay, so this is the amount and we have the formula for amount. So 18,522 will be principal, which is what has been asked. This is P only. The amount that was invested is always principal, and 1.05 to the power 3. I'll explain this to you. 10% was the annual interest. Okay, so 1 year's interest is 10%. So 6 months interest, half year's interest must be 5%. Okay, because it has been compounded half yearly, and the time is 1.5 years. So compounding must have been done thrice, therefore raised to the power of 3. So the sooner you can solve this, the faster you get the answer. Now it looks like very simple because all you have to do is just 18,522 divided by 1.05 to the power 3. But you know that the calculation is difficult. Okay, in CAT you have calculator, but still the calculator is non-scientific. You cannot make brackets and raised powers, so it is going to be a little difficult for you. Okay, so rather what I'm going to do is I am going to write 1.05 as 21 by 20. Okay, so basically our principal is going to be 18,522 into 20, 20, 20 by 21, 21, 21. If you solve this, so this 21 into 21 into 21 is half of this number 18,522. 9261 is the cube of 21. So this tells us that the principal must be 16,000. So 16,000 becomes the answer for this question. Okay, but the question burning issue still remains, what could we do to avoid this kind of calculation? I'm sure like 99% people who aspire for CAT do not remember the cube of 21. Okay, square of 21 is okay. Okay, so this calculation is going to involve a lot of time. Okay, in CAT you do get calculator, but I honestly advise people to consider it unavailable unless the calculation is really difficult. Now this one is not a difficult calculation per se. Also, you are going to write other exams also in which there are similar calculations. So what would you do over there? Okay, so there is something I would like to do here. So, I know that the compounding is always done at the rate of 5% interest. Now, 5%, I know 5% is 1 by 20. So, basically, 3 times I have to divide by 20. So, I am assuming the principal to be 20. I am assuming the principal to be 8,000 rupees. Why? Because 20 into 20 into 20 is 8,000. 3 times if I have to divide by 20 successively, still I am going to get integer. So as I said in the previous question also, my funda is simple. Try everything to keep your calculations with integers, not involving fractions. So that is my attempt. So if principal is 8,000, then interest for the first time would be 1/20th, which is 400 rupees. For the second time, it is going to be 400 plus 1/20th of this, that is 420. For the third time, it is 400 plus 20 plus 20% of this number. Oh, sorry, plus 5% of this number, 1/20th of this, which is 21. So this you get as 441. Okay, total interest of 3 years, oh sorry, total interest of 3 times, 1.5 years, 3 compoundings is going to be 1261. So the amount which you know is principal plus interest is 8,000 plus 1261 is 9261. Okay, but the amount given to us in the question is double of this. Our amount is double of this, which means our principal should be double of the principal we had taken, which makes it the final answer 16,000 rupees. I hope you guys understood the second method. If you did not understand this table, how I made this, then I strongly recommend you to watch the video of on compound interest, which is there on our YouTube channel in the basics of quant. So this method I really like because it involves addition and not multiplication. You don't have to square, you don't have to find squares of difficult numbers or cubes of difficult numbers. You can just spare yourself from all that and just deal with addition. So moving on to the next one. Okay, a question of mixtures. Okay, the smart thing that you could do in this question, first to observe that you only have to find the concentration, you don't have to find the volumes actually. So you can actually deal with the ratio itself. So let us say initially A and B was 1 liter and 3 liters, that make a total of 4 liters. Then this 4 liters was doubled by adding solution A. So on the whole, resultant mixture had 5 liters of A, 3 liters of B, and A has 60% alcohol. So using alligation, I think we can quickly find which is 5 liters, B which is 3 liters, A has 60% alcohol, the resultant has 72% alcohol, and this we don't know. So the difference comes out as 12. This part we don't know. But we know that this is 3 liters. Okay, so if 3 liters stands as 12 in the ratio, then 5 liters would stand as 20 in the ratio. So if this is 20, this must be 92%. So 92% becomes the answer to the question. Why 92? Why not 52? Because one number on the left hand side, A, was already having a less concentration than the average. So the right hand side must be having greater concentration. Okay, both cannot have less or both cannot be more than the average. One would be less and one would be more than the average. That is the basic of alligation. If you did not understand, that means your basics are loose in the concept of alligation. Again, I would invite you to watch our basics video of alligation on the smartest solution that comes to my mind for this question. Other would have been to use the options, but that might have taken a lot of time because this is the third option. You would have started with the first or second option. Also, still you would have to deal with this thing that on the whole in the mixture, 5 parts is A and 3 parts is B. Hope you understood. Moving on to the last question of the video, this one. Hope you have read the question and have given it a try. This is not a difficult question at all. This is one of the must-do questions, but I would therefore not give you a number of solutions and bore you with the variety, but I would rather try to give you the smartest solution that I can from my side. The difference between the percentage of marks scored by Bishnu and Asha is 12%. Okay, Asha's score minus Bishnu's score is 12% of the maximum marks. Let it be maximum marks. Okay, this is first information that we derive from the question. Second is the absolute score of Bishnu and Asha have been compared with some person Ramesh. Okay, so if Ramesh is at 0, then Bishnu is at minus 23 and Asha is at plus 34. What is the distance between Asha and Bishnu in terms of marks? That is 57. Okay, so can I say that this difference of 57 marks is nothing but 12% of the maximum marks? What do we have to find? Are we supposed to find the maximum marks? No. We have been asked the marks obtained by Geeta, who has scored 84% of the maximum marks. So it's simple. 12% of maximum marks is 57. Then 84% of maximum marks is going to be 57 into 7, which is 399. So first option clearly becomes the answer. You can see how less did we have to do to find the answer to this question. You could also have done by using options, by taking Geeta's score, which is given in the question, as different options and thereby finding the maximum marks, then finding the scores of Bishnu and Asha. But still you will have to crack this logic that the absolute difference between Bishnu's and Asha's scores was 57. Without this, you could not solve the question using any method. So this was the fourth question of the video. Now moving on to the last question of the video. So question of time and work. So before solving the question, I would like to draw your attention to this basic formula. Applying this, we can find the question like in one shot, maximum 1 or 2 steps. So M stands for the number of men working, D stands for the number of days worked, and W stands for the amount or fraction or percentage of work done. Okay, so here the work is considered in terms of length of road. Okay, so the total time is 200 days, 60 days are gone, 140 days remaining, done and remaining. 60 days, 140 days, people, 140 plus X people, and 1.5 kilometers, 4.5 kilometers. So total length of the road is 6 kilometers, 1.5 kilometers is done, 4.5 remaining. So we have M1 D1 by W1 equal to M2 D2 by W2. If you solve this, you will find 140 plus X is 180. So X is 40. We were asked the additional number of people, which is 40. So 40 becomes the answer to the question. This is a theta question. That was a really short question, and this also becomes one of the must-do questions in this slot. So far, we have seen 5 questions of arithmetic in this video. 5 remaining that would be covered in the next video. You can see that the questions so far in this slot are relatively easier than the questions which appeared in the previous slot. Okay, we will discuss all these things in our final analysis when we are done with all the solutions of all the questions that have appeared in CAT 2020. We will make an analysis video. What happens, what happened, and how could you save yourself from difficult situations while writing the exam. Anyway, this would be all for this video right now. Please watch the space for the future videos, and hope you are learning from this. So guys, keep learning, stay safe.